State Senator Greg Tarver joining us for a couple of minutes. Mr. Greg, thanks for taking time early in the day. How are you this morning?
Doing wonderful.
You're a soothsayer, an oracle, a predictor of all things.
You're a genius. We asked you about a couple of weeks ago. You know, I asked you, like I ask all state leaders, why can't you just tell all the state leaders of all the agencies, just go back and cut your budget 10%? And you told us, well, that's not what they'll do. They'll come back and with cuts that would hurt people. And that's what we're hearing today. They're sending out notices to boot people out of nursing homes, Greg.
I know. And it's horrible.
They don't really mean this, do they?
Yes, they do. Let me tell you, it's a federal rule that once you change the regulations, you must send letters out 30 days prior. And we don't know what exactly is going to happen in the House of Representatives. We don't know if we'll be able to raise money or not. And we must send out those letters. I hate it. It's one of the worst things that had happened to an elderly person, a person who helped build this country. But those are the facts, and because we don't have the money.
What are those people's options if they can't be in these homes? Where do they go?
Well, let me be honest with you, and it's sad, it's disappointing. There's no option.
So
they're homeless?
Pardon me. What you're saying is that this is not a political move, a political ploy, because the legislator or John Bell or whomever knows that the state legislators, they know that they won't put the elderly out in the streets. This is not that kind of, it's not a chess move of some kind.
It's not, let's get rid of LSU football.
No, it's not the same thing. What we're trying to do right now in the Senate Finance Committee to rearrange the money. Well, this will not happen, but the House must approve of it. The House sent us a bill, doomsday bill like that, and they could have rearranged the money and put the money in other categories and avoided this.
So what you're going to take? What are you going to take from, and what you're going to put into?
We don't really know at this particular time, but I know that we must think about saving lives first. We must think about saving LSU med school in Shreveport and in New Orleans, and those are the priorities. We got to take care of the elderly. We got to take care of the needy. We don't have a choice.
The Senate Finance Committee's meeting on the budget this week. This will be one of the top priorities. But what are you going to tell your constituents? What do you tell them today, those folks that are going to get these letters, those families that are going to get these eviction letters this week?
Well, we cannot avoid the letters. That's the law. CMS made the rules, but we don't have to let this happen. We'll have to rearrange the budget. When you only have $5, let me give you an example. When you have $5, you just have to rearrange it. And that's all we have. We got to rearrange it.
Would Greg Tarver, excuse me, Mr. Greg, would you at any point, would you be in favor of, when you talk about rearranging the funding, of taking some money from TOPS, for example, because that's where a whole slew of cash is going?
Well, let me tell you the choice that we'll have. Would you rather the elderly put out on the street from nursing homes? What type of choice do we have?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to feed your child or buy him some shoes? That's the type of choice we have to make. It's not an easy choice, but I think that we're going to raise money in the special. I hope we raise money in the special, where we will avoid all of this.
Excuse me, by raise money, do you mean raise taxes?
No, let me tell you. Right now, we have a 1-cent sales tax on the books. We're talking about reducing that 1-cent sales tax. We're talking about cleaning up some pennies from some exemptions. I don't know if this is going to work or not. I don't know will it pass the House of Representatives. I don't know exactly what they're going to do over in the House of Representatives. Only God knows that.
Senator Tarver, let me ask you a really blunt question, and I hope you'll be truthful with me. Do you think that the governor and that State Department heads have truly scrubbed the budget? Let's go a year. Let's cut out travel. Let's cut out memberships in associations. Let's truly go bare bones. Do you think we've done that yet?
Well, I think that we are not bare bones. I'm going to be honest with you. We're about 97% bare bones. If you stop all the travel in Louisiana, you'll probably be able to raise through the federal money about $2 million. That's all through federal funds.
Okay.
We need more than that. We need to help the elderly. Right now, we need about $250 million to put in that program. And you're talking about children on a waiver program. You're talking about disability children. You call people with disabilities. You're not only talking about the nursing home. You're talking about all of these things.
Do we have a state hiring freeze on? Do we have a state spending in terms of buying new vehicles? Is that in place?
Let me say this to you. State general funds in place. We're blocking everything we can block. Some things are being bought through federal funds. That has nothing to do with state funds. If we do not use those federal funds for that purpose, we will not get those federal funds. But I'm telling you, the general fund is very, very, very tight.
Mr. Gregg, you had mentioned a couple seconds ago, in a little different direction here, you'd mentioned the State House a couple seconds ago. And Representative Glover has, going to the floor soon, a bill that would mandate codify parity spending for the Shreveport Medical School and University Health Hospital. How do you feel about that? What's your thoughts on that? Are you in favor of that?
Well, let me say this to you. I'm in favor of doing what's right and what's fair. His bill is not telling the complete facts. When you look at all the facts, Shreveport is getting their pro rata share. I'm not saying 100%. I'm not going to say that. But I'm saying to you, when you deal with New Orleans and Shreveport, you have more people in New Orleans with cancer than you have in the Shreveport area, okay? That means the cost is much higher. We don't make that determination. Medicaid make that determination that you got to pay where the sick people are. I don't think that he's giving the complete facts. He's talking about apple and oranges. I'm talking about apples and apples.
Go ahead.
He do not understand the process of the Medicaid program. This is the first time, I'm being honest with you, this is the first time he interjected himself with LSU. Long as I've been in Baton Rouge, he was in Baton Rouge. He never interjected himself with LSU. He do not understand the process of spending Medicaid money.
So if his
you got to follow the rules.
If his bill should somehow make it through the House of Representatives coming to the Senate, you would be a no on that, huh?
Well, no, I'm not saying that. It might be amended and be a good bill, but I'm saying that I cannot say let the sick people die in New Orleans because Glover believes something different. Let the more sick people than New Orleans area, and in South Louisiana than in Shreveport, Louisiana. You still got to be concerned with human lives, regardless wherever they are.
Senator Gregg Tarver, thanks for your time this morning. Good luck in that Finance Committee.
Yes, ma'am.